What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM production empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM production empire. Back with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the empire today at dvmpe.com. Groovy.
Allergies affect everyone, and if you're a dinosaur, you'll know that you have no choices when it comes to your allergy medication. So from the makers of Stupefol comes Stupefol D, made specifically for dinosaurs. Created accidentally by carnies on basalt in a laundromat beneath the Alamo, Stupefol D is here to clear out your seasonal sniffles. Side effects include but are not limited to reduced scales, dry eyes, wet eyes, red eyes, blue eyes, ingrown claws, sensitivity to light, life finding a way, night terrors, reduced cleverness, meteors finding you more attractive, irritable bowel syndrome, shorter arms, erectile dysfunction, and extinction. Wow. Wow, that's way better. Thanks, Stupefol D. Leave your allergies 65 million years in the past with Stupefol D.
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to. That's right, we are coming back here with some more stupid. Before we jump into everyone else being stupid, there was, personally, I was pretty stupid and I got halfway here today.
Yeah.
Realized I forgot my my old notebook with my stuff in it. Had to go home. By the time I turned around and came back, the rush hour had really gotten into effect and was made worse by the fact that there's a certain exchange between the highways that I have to take from to get here from my house, and it's the 32588. So the exit ramp in question is it's a ramp by itself that's it's very high off the ground, a few stories off the ground. So it's not like someone could just get on there at the side whenever they feel like it. There's this guy walking up the highway, up the ramp, and going in between cars, slowing traffic down to a near standstill completely. At one of the worst not even interchanges, the worst
Off ramps, on ramps.
Yeah, there's you could
possible moments.
You switch from one highway to another, and it's also an entrance/exit to a very busy road. And there's this guy just walking around the fucking road. I'm like, this guy he was all the way at the top by the time I saw him. So he had walked up the entire ramp. There wasn't a car abandoned anywhere. This dude was on a stroll. Or maybe he got thrown out of the car, or maybe he jumped out because he's like, I'm tired of this shit, and jumps out. But anyway,
tired of you, Nadine.
Like if I had just come over here, it would have been, oh, there's no story. But now I have me being stupid, but at least I'm not jumping out on the highway walking around stupid.
True.
At the beginning of rush hour, so there's the most people. And he wasn't trying to get hit. He was actively paying attention to cars before he jumped in front of them. Not like jump in front of them, but try to cross.
Right.
And so he was picking his lanes like a break dancer trying to get to the beat. He's like, yeah. So all these cars are almost stopping because they're thinking he's going to jump in front of them, and then when they realize he's not going to, they'll start going again. So there's a bunch of cars slamming on their brakes and then slowly going forward. As if the traffic weren't bad enough, let's have a guy playing Frogger on the fucking highway.
Maybe he's playing Frogger.
Oh, I didn't think of that until I said it just now. You monster. Speaking of monsters, you know what's on the rise?
Monsters.
Yes. But not just any kind of monsters. No. We're talking about pastoral emergency kind of monsters because the demand for exorcisms has risen exponentially.
I get that.
The International Association of Exorcists, which represents more than 200 Catholic, Anglican, and Orthodox priests, said it, there has been the increase. And now there's a exorcist training course that people can get to learn how to deal with them.
Oh, my God.
The number of people, just according to a priest from Sicily, the number of people in Italy alone claiming to be possessed had tripled to 500,000 last year. I can't believe it's gone so wrong.
An old priest and a new priest.
They have reported that exorcisms were a booming industry in the UK among Pentecostal churches. I'm like, well, of course, you're paying people that are bugging out about something, but just I'm going to throw some water at you and scream at you. You can scream at me, but then your mom's going to have to give me $20,000.
Yeah.
It's the most aggressive therapy session you can get.
This is all because you don't want to clean your room.
It's also
do it.
Deliverance ministry can be a form of spiritual abuse. You know.
Well, I know they do. They tie people down.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like, I think off chance that like, I think you have a demon in you, but you're just like, I'm fine. No, I think you have a demon.
Why don't you want to go to Six Flags for my birthday?
Right.
Something must be wrong with you. It's Six Flags.
There's a demon. I'm calling. You're going to sit down on the bed. They're going to tie you down.
The event was held at the Pontifical Athenaeum Regina Apostolatorium in Rome between the 16th and the 21st of April. Did you go?
I did. I got a T-shirt. It's the longest T-shirt in the history of
What did the T-shirt say?
All that.
What was it? I'm sure you have it. It's right in front of you. What does it
say?
The
Pentecostal Athenaeum
close
temple
of
the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, okay.
Exorcist 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hanson.
I can't believe it. That's in Latin. And you just read it perfectly. That's exactly what I said,
too. They opened for Hanson.
Right. Because who can follow Hanson anymore?
Bob still has some sway in Europe.
I believe that's like the third command in the Exorcism handbook. There's
Thou shalt bop before they bop.
You can bop on your own, but you need a pastor to bop.
They say it's fine, but you don't know.
Listen, now Father Benigno Pelia, an exorcist from Sicily.
The what?
He's an exorcist from Sicily.
Okay.
He reported the tripling of demonic possessions in the area, acknowledging the issue was controversial, but the demonic people that are possessed, they suffer a lot. Do you believe in demonic possession?
No.
Exorcism?
No.
Poltergeists?
I don't know.
I'm
weird on ghosts. I have a theory like my whole thing is like we're a whole bunch of energy. We have to go somewhere. Like the energy has to go somewhere. It doesn't just dissipate. So I don't know if that's another level of being. I would really like there to not be nothing.
Right.
I mean, I think everybody would, but I don't think I believe in like demons. You know, I don't understand the whole aspect of it. So you got Satan, right?
Sure.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
You got Satan, and he hates his dad, and he's like, because he hates humans. Or he hates because he hated that he liked them better. So, for doing what he asks, he's going to punish you for the rest of your life.
Well, we don't have to go this far.
That doesn't make sense.
We don't have to go this far.
But I'm just saying that's where the demons come from.
Sure.
And then they're like, no, I'm going to go take a vacation and go up and take a human for a ride.
Well, the Church of England offers guidelines on exorcism. It was updated in 2012.
How-to kit.
It says, caution must be exercised, and the ministry of exorcism and deliverance may only be exercised by a priest authorized by a diocesan bishop. Such priests should be trained in deliverance and should not minister alone. They should also be covered by adequate insurance.
Yeah, because that's not covered.
What kind of insurance claim do you get when you're like, let's say you're a priest, you had an accident, you got called to your insurance provider. If you could, who's your provider anyway?
Blue Cross Blue Shield. How may I help you?
Yeah, excuse me. I have a coverage policy number is 45932H47.
Ooh, that's an exorcism.
Yeah. I just want to make sure my policy is up to date, right?
No, your policy is up to date. I just got to make sure that it's covered.
Okay.
Because there are different kinds of exorcisms.
I thought I got the package.
No.
They said the package.
Well, with the changeover from Obamacare, they've made some different changes to it. Was this a vacation exorcism? Were you doing this for fun?
I never do this for fun. This is the Lord's work. It's serious.
Okay, so money changed hands.
Well, naturally, it's a business transaction.
Okay. Now, was this at your house or someone else's house?
This was someone else's house.
Okay. So, and do they have insurance covered under exorcisms?
I don't believe they do. I think this was a kind of a last resort thing for them.
Okay, did you fall and slip on their floor at all?
Not initially, but mid-exorcism, I did get a twinge in my back trying to pull them from the ceiling.
So they were on the ceiling.
Briefly.
Were you also on their ceiling?
No, I was not on the ceiling. I tried.
God, it would have been so much better if you were on their ceiling.
Oh, then I was on the ceiling.
Oh, no, see, I've already got this recorded. This is recorded for your safety and mine. But we still might find something there.
Okay.
At any time, did the demon say anything to you?
I mean, I don't think he necessarily said it to me, but he addressed the room.
He addressed the room. What did he say to the room?
Oh, I can't repeat that to you.
No, that's okay, because what's gonna happen is if it's enough, we can get it under that he hurt your feelings.
Okay.
And because it wasn't at your house and it was something, then the demon will be liable, and we can go after his insurance.
Oh, but I didn't get his insurance policy.
That's okay. All demons are under the same insurance.
Which company do they go through?
They go through. They're all through Hell's Farm Insurance.
Okay, that makes sense.
They said we are demons. Dun, 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 dun.
Man, Dennis Hastings, he's a great.
No, that's Hell State.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
That's Hell State, Stan.
Are you an evil hand?
Are you an evil hand? We are demons.
Oh, the jingle's different down there. Yeah, you know how you get commercials overseas? It's a whole different soundtrack. Same thing.
Yeah, totally.
And if you think... One of the things that you could probably learn at the event, what was the event again? The
Hanson concert.
Yeah, the Hanson concert to exorcise the demons. You would have learned that a cardinal came up with a new idea, a new plan to get rid of exorcism.
Do they stretch before they exercise?
I hate you. Cardinal Ernest Simony of Albania has decided to offer his new plan. It's called he's using cell phones for exorcism.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. See, he says they call me and we speak, and that's how I do it. Say he reads prayers of exorcism in Latin over the phone, just as he would be performing the ritual in person. So instead of having to travel somewhere, he can just say, "Put me on speakerphone. Let's do this." Hello.
Hi. This is Father Mulcahy. We're gonna need you to go ahead and do one of your on the phone exorcisms. This guy just isn't coming out.
Oh, I'd be happy to help. Please transfer me to the family.
Would you want to talk to the family or the demon?
Yeah, well, I'd imagine the family's the one that called me.
Well, I called you, but that's okay.
Oh, I didn't realize you were an agent acting on their behalf.
Yes, I was here.
So I'm not the first call they have made.
No, they called me, and I'm just relatively new. And
do you have insurance?
I do have insurance.
Okay,
I made sure.
I just want to make sure you're not practicing illegally.
No. I have insurance.
Okay,
but,
well, if you could
this guy's just not, doesn't want to come out.
Okay, well, go ahead and put me on speakerphone.
Okay, you're on speakerphone.
Hello, Demon.
Sup?
Demon, I'm gonna need you to go and get.
No.
Go and get right now.
I don't want to.
Demon, don't you make me. I will.
First of all,
I will count to 3.
My name is Larry. What's your name? I'm going to take the time to learn your name. Why don't you take the time to learn my name?
You can call me Father Steve.
I'm going to call you Father Steve. Okay, Father Steve?
Yes.
I like it here. I'm not leaving.
Okay. Now, Larry, was it?
Yes.
Or is it Lawrence?
I believe the devil calls me Lawrence.
Okay, well, Larry, I just want to say,
get! Shoot! Oh, shoot! No! Yeah! Now it's time to get! No! Get! Oh, I did it. It's gone.
Well, you know, I've been doing this a long time. If you could just in the future try some of these methods before calling me.
I think I was going. Yeah! I was putting a little too much. What was that? What? Hey, what's wrong with you? My God, you were possessed this whole time.
Ooh, it's been 47 years.
Oh my God.
I've been calling for help everywhere.
This demon has been getting rid of other demons.
He was very self-hating.
That's super weird.
Yeah, he saw how I was living and said, I didn't want to do that shit anymore. I want to be like you.
Must be anti-satanic.
He said a lot of mean things.
A lot of it was about my weight.
Yeah.
Can you imagine every day? It's like, well, then go work out. You're driving. I don't want to.
It's vacation. I don't work on vacation.
I just want to make sure that you know you're fat.
Sounds like you're kind of bullying me.
Yeah.
Speaking of bullying, have you ever encountered bullying in the workplace?
Sure.
Well, have you ever decided to take it up to, I don't know, the Supreme Court?
What? No.
Well, the Victorian Supreme Court has thrown out a $1.8 million negligence lawsuit against a construction company, rejecting claims that a manager was bullying a subordinate in the workplace.
Okay.
And he's thinking, this is kind of a weird case for us to cover. Surely there must be something interesting about a case about bullying in a lawsuit that I would think, oh, this is definitely a story for us.
Sure.
What kind of bullying on a construction site this boss put his subordinate through on a near daily basis?
He made him go pick up his lunch.
Nope. You're thinking too normal, like a normal kind of hazing thing. I want you to think, what's a really ridiculous thing that someone would do every day? It's not physical. They didn't beat him. There was no racial slurs of any kind. It wasn't insensitive to his religion.
Called him pretty princess.
He didn't. I'll tell you this. He didn't say anything to this person.
Oh.
But there was a noise involved.
Like every time we walk by, it went.
But out of which hole?
He'd fart at him?
He farted at him every day.
Every day?
Almost every day. He'd walk past him and actually fart at his employee. The face you looked was both confusion and imagining someone farting. What?
The control alone.
Oh,
here comes Steve. Hold on, let me get one going.
So Justice Rita Zamet, she rejected the allegations that a contract administrator, David Hengst from Melbourne firm Construction Engineering Australia, that his supervisor repeatedly abused him, resulting in depression, anxiety, and physical injuries equating to $1.8 million in damages. What kind of physical injuries can you get from someone farting at you?
I tripped. I got some, and I tripped and I fell. And it hurt my knee.
Oh, what happened to your knee, little guy?
It got hurt. It was $1.8 million worth of hurt.
Oh, that's a pretty bad boo-boo.
That's right.
Well, are you ever going to be able to walk again?
I don't know. I went home. I'm like, Mom, kiss it. And it didn't feel better.
It didn't get better?
It didn't get better.
She kissed right on the boo-boo.
Right on the boo-boo.
And it didn't fix it?
Didn't fix
Your
it.
Honor,
Your
my
Honor.
client has been suffering for... How long?
It's about
Decades. For decades, really.
Decades.
Because his employer... What'd your employer do?
He farted on me.
He farted on you?
He farted at me.
He farted at...
In my general direction. And I stumbled.
Your Honor, I'm going to need a recess to go over things with my clients.
I was trying to get out of the way, Your Honor. I'm trying to get out of the way.
Don't address the court directly.
I'm sorry.
You don't have lawyer
Hold on
insurance.
a second. I turned around. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, don't address the people in the courtroom.
Oh, I was indirectly.
No. You were. Every directly has an indirectly with it, so that they say in the schools of law.
I think I heard that in a song somewhere.
Yeah, they made that up in law
Jody
school.
Mitchell. Every indirectly has a directly.
Okay, I didn't. Once you finish the verse, I got it. So, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Among the series of claims, the administrator alleged his supervisor would regularly lift his bum and fart on him or at him, and that the behavior progressed to the point where he would do it every day. He said the behavior was insulting and humiliating, and that he had responded by buying a can of deodorant and spraying it over Mr. Short. So his boss would come by and fart at him, so he'd turn around and spray an aerosol deodorant in his butt. It's kind of like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, it's kind of a little thing they had going.
Or if you want to be the new Venom show, symbiotic. And on one occasion, Mr. Hanks, the victim, refused to step into an elevator with his bullier, and then when he was asked why, he gave his boss the nickname Mr. Stinky.
What?
Yeah, he called him that.
Countersuit.
For what?
I'm taking you all the way to the Supreme Court.
For what?
That hurts my feelings and labels me.
That's not a real thing. You can't just
labeled me as...
You farted on me.
You labeled me as stinky.
After you farted on me. I don't understand how I'm being looked at like I'm the wrong person.
I can't help it.
I know you can't help it. You can't help being an asshole.
I have an asshole. You are sexually harassing me.
I am not sexually harassing you at all. I would never even do such a thing.
You were talking about it.
During the 18-day trial, an 18-day trial for farting has a dozen witnesses. The supervisor denied regular passing wind in the office. He said he could not recall thrusting his backside and pretending to fart, although he conceded he could not rule it out either.
Might have. I don't know. Things happen on the site. Men doing manly shit.
Oh, manly shit. Which is obviously the fire to where there's smoke in the farting scenario.
What?
No, it's true. In my extensive career of presiding over fart cases, this one breaks the wind.
We'll be right back.
Nerd Therapy, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Hey, we're in a field.
It's the most boring corn circle I've ever seen.
Well, considering it's all straight lines, it's the worst corn circle.
All right, as you guys round the corner, you can hear a ruckus coming from the back of the farmhouse.
Is this like a domestic situation? Hey, there's a guy in front of them. Hey, there's a couple guys. Are they dead? Are those bodies?
They're not dead. They're trying to fight off whatever these creatures are.
What the heck are these? It's the Green Goblin. Goblin.
Like what you hear? Hit the subscribe button.
And if you think fart bullying is a bad thing, what about the origin of farting? I'm talking about the foods that you eat to make you go toot toot Make it go beep beep. No, you don't do that. I'm talking about making a whole new. Like, listen, Avengers: Infinity War comes out in less than a week, right?
I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna get to go see it.
Now I'm saying that cinematic universe sounds fantastic. But everyone's trying to get their new cinematic universes going, right? We had the Dark Universe. They tried to go with the Mummy movie and just turned out to be... Remember that weird scream that Tom Cruise had? That's all I got from the movie, was that weird-ass scream.
Yeah.
Here's a new cinematic universe in the making, right? It's an origin story. A hero named Robert Montanez. Robert M.
Sure.
And he's obviously the hero that you know, right? You know him. He's famous for...
I don't know.
He's famous for Dead Air.
Okay.
He is the creator of the Flamin' Hot Cheeto.
Oh.
And he's getting a biopic made about him. The creator of one of the world's most popular snack foods is finally getting the origin story that we've been clamoring for.
Oh, we saw the McDonald's one. That was a good one.
But that was like one of the biggest fast food companies in the world, and like creating the whole company kind of deal. This is, I created a snack in a company.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see the...
Are you jealous because you don't have a movie about you?
If I create a snack food and don't get an origin movie made about me, then yeah, I'll be upset.
Do the movie about the mango fusion.
Created in a lab.
Created in a lab.
Next to
100%.
Next to a dumpster fire.
100% free alcohol.
Was it all free?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Multiple studios were vying for the project. Fox Searchlight and Devon Franklin are set to produce the film. Title of the film, right here, Flamin' Hot. I don't think that's really good of a title. If you can get a title for an origin story for a guy that created Flamin' Hot Cheetos, what would you call it?
It's not easy being cheesy.
There it is. I think that's more the tagline, though. So it's not on the movie poster. Movie title, It's Not Easy Being Cheesy. What we got? What we got?
Oh, Flaming Hot Cheetos?
Yeah, Flaming Hot Cheetos. Robert Montanez. Creator of the Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Mouthful of ideas.
That's a movie I would eat. It depicts the true life and accidental rags to riches story that started $1 billion snack flavor.
Did you just like add too much shit to it?
Well, no, he's a Mexican-born janitor. I don't want to spoil the movie.
Oh, no spoilers.
But he's a Mexican-born janitor working at the Frito-Lay Rancho Cucamonga plant in 1976. He immigrated to California as a child, dropped out of high school, and worked as a farmhand on farms before ending up at Frito-Lay, where a plant mess-up changed his life. There was a problem with production one day, and the Cheetos got through without any flavoring on them. So they were just plain old puffs. No cheese dust.
That'd be weird.
So they're just the toes. Then there's no cheese. So he took them home and decided to model them after elotes, which is the Mexican street food. Have you had elotes?
No, I don't think so.
It's grilled corn smothered in salt, lime juice, chili powder, and cotija cheese.
Cotija?
Yeah.
Then I have. I call it street corn.
Yeah. That's
okay. Yeah, I didn't know it had a different name.
The name in Spanish.
I.O. has really good street corn. $3.
Well, he decided to turn that into some kind of topping for his flavorless, for his toes, for his flavorless toes.
That actually would sound good as a free of a corn chip.
Yeah,
like a Scoops or a Bugles.
Well, he said, I saw them adding all this stuff to the street corn and figured, why don't I add chili to the Cheeto? Like, let's just do it. Let's not fuck it around.
Right.
And it was such a good success. He brought it into a meeting. He got eventually he got a meeting with the president of Frito-Lay's, and he created a presentation, and I don't want to go too far into the story, but now he is, he's been promoted so much that he's now the executive vice president of multicultural sales at PepsiCo.
That's awesome.
Because he made a snack at home.
Sure.
I make snacks at home. What's a non-traditional snack that you like? Something that you could get, you can't like just get at McDonald's. Like something that you specifically throw together. Do you have a snack like that you typically do?
I know my dad does.
What's he do?
My dad calls them Cecil dogs, and he does the.
I'm already loving it.
He splits the hot dog down the middle, and then he fries the hot dog.
Like pan fry or
pan fry?
Okay.
Puts it on a regular like piece of white bread. Does like the relish ketchup, stuff like that, and
so he actually makes a hot dog sandwich.
Kind of makes a hot dog sandwich. We call them Cecil dogs. It's always been his thing he always does. But he likes it because then the way the hot dog is opened up, the toppings rest in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. I don't know.
It doesn't have to be crazy. It could just be something.
I used to do English muffins with American cheese.
Just a little cheese sandwich.
No, it was just melted. Like I'd melt them.
Yeah, I do a very simple thing that I used to do growing up in Minnesota. We do it's bland. It's essentially bland as nachos, but it's chips and cheese. So like little Tostitos with like Colby Jack cheese melted on in the microwave for like a minute. Do a plate with chips on it, throw some cheese on it, melt it real quick. Not like a huge pile, but like you just kind of like a layer to cover the bottom of the plate, essentially. And a little bit of cheese and melt on it. It's just a nice little snacky chips and cheese.
Yeah, that used to be they used to be my go-to. I'm a big fan of. I mean, this is a little off that. I'm a big fan of French bread pizzas. And then I
got crazy burnt out on those. And
then I slice. I cut them up into smaller pieces, so they're kind of like it's almost like your own plate of like pizza hors d'oeuvres, but
hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah. They screwed them up, and they made them. They tried to make the artisanal and stuff with like a different whatever. However, I was just at Meijer yesterday, and it's like celebrating 40 years, and it's back to the original taste that you used to like. Because I think everybody was like, "These artisanal shit's bullshit. Get rid of them." And the one thing I missed that went away was there was a thing called Viennetta. You ever heard of Viennetta?
And why it makes me think of Vienna sausages.
No, Viennetta was this is basically this little ice cream sundae loaf.
Oh.
And it was just big enough for like two people. And you used to get it, and then you could have it for like after dinner. It's the best thing. I wonder what makes this snack go away. You know,
the decline in popularity of it, for one thing.
I guess so, but I mean, I'm not sure. But who doesn't like Viennetta? I mean,
the fact that I haven't thought about them until you just mentioned them, like, oh yeah, those are a thing. That's.
I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I guess I don't have like a snack kind of thing that I've been like that I invented. I think I might have a long time ago, but.
Yeah, I don't do too many crazy things, but I will do whatever I have. I will turn it into tacos.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm a Ritz crackers and canned cheese fan.
Oof.
But the hardest problem is you got to try your hardest not to do the whole can, because like it's like 2 sleeves of crackers is essentially a can, and the next thing you know, you're like, I've eaten the whole cheese in there.
Yeah, that was. Years ago, I used to do that. I stopped doing that because I'm like, what am I doing to myself?
Right, this is terrible.
What am I doing to myself?
I mean, once in a while, it's like, okay, I'm going to watch TV and I'm going to have cheesy crackers.
Well, I think the last time I got them, I got like 10 crackers in. I'm like, this just tastes gross as fuck. And I threw it away. And I made some real food. Because like it got to the point where I'm like,
Well,
this
that's
is
definitely a
chemical
thing.
cheese.
That's definitely a thing. Is your palate. Your palate is way better than it used to. Like,
Yeah.
I used to be like, give me bagel bites.
Hold on. I will not sit here and let you besmirch the good name
Of bagel.
the deservedly good name of Bagel Bites.
Because we're dealing with that with my nephew right now. My nephew, he doesn't want to eat food. Like, he eats he loves White Castles,
Okay.
loves cheese pizza,
Okay.
and then that's it.
Okay, so he's drunk.
And cereal.
So yeah, it just sounds like he's drunk all the time.
So, yeah. He's not playing
Yeah, because when I'm drunk, I'm like,
He's
I
hitting
want
the
some
bottle.
pizza, and I want some cereal.
And maybe a slider or two.
Which one?
We'll dip it in the Rice Krispies. But yeah, it's just
You get the cheese pizza, and you put the sliders on top of it.
Oh, man.
You cover it in dry cereal, and then you film a YouTube video.
But I would rather, like,
And then
my
it's
whole
not
thing-
weird that you're eating it.
My whole thing now is I would rather make, like, I like to find, I make grown-up versions of things, like gourmet version. Like, we did the gourmet McRib, and I did the gourmet,
It's like saying the fancy bag of trash.
it's true, the gourmet Southwest egg roll.
I can't really shit on egg rolls because my brother makes some pretty fucking delicious egg rolls.
I made the Southwest egg rolls from Chili's. You get it?
Yeah.
Those are the best.
That's like the only thing you should get at Chili's.
The fajitas are awesome. How
Yeah,
dare you?
but they're
But,
not Southwest egg rolls.
True. But I learned how to make those, and I use 4-hour smoked chicken, and it's the best. Anyway, I got a fucking cook dinner in a little while.
Yeah, you. This is the most alive you've been the entire podcast. You're
Right,
like,
I know.
"Oh, speaking of dinner, so everyone eats food. Have you ever eaten painkillers? You get an ouchie, you got to take painkillers.
No, no, I don't think so. I mean,
Like you never
I've-
broken something, dislocated something, and
broken my wrist, but they didn't give me
right.
anything for it. I really haven't had much done to me. It's because we were at the hospital. Like, I was at the doctor's. They're going through all this stuff. I'm like, the most I've had, like, only surgery I've ever had is my tonsils taken out.
Okay. And they just gas you for that, and then they give you
Yeah.
ice cream afterwards.
That I hated. I hated the gas.
Oh yeah, that terrified me. I was like 6 years old. I got a Game Boy afterwards though, so whatever.
No, I felt like my body was fighting it. Like, I asked the doctor later. I go, was I like writhing around on the table? Because I felt like I was writhing around the table. He goes, no, you went right out. But like inside, the muscles were like, fuck.
Well, it's like when you get that sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm trying to move and I can't.
That's terrible.
I fucking hate sleep paralysis. But yeah, painkillers, they got some interesting side effects. People know them. Like, you can get, depending on, it can cause stomach and liver damage, all the terrible stuff. But now there's a new side effect that Scott Purdy is now having to deal with.
What's it?
He's a 23-year-old guy, and he's taken a form of Lyrica, pregabalin, and after taking this after taking it, he broke his foot in a go-karting accident earlier this year. And while being on the drug, he has become more open and not bothered what people think or say. Like, oh, okay, that's not bad. It's, whatever. You're just kind of high all the
More
time.
acceptance.
Well, the problem is he has now decided that because of the painkiller, he is gay. He dumped his girlfriend and said, nope, painkiller made me like dudes now.
Wow.
Yeah.
New side effect.
It's the company which manufactures the medicines.
Because fabulous.
The manufacturer says that it's an important and effective treatment option for people living with chronic neuropathic pain, generalized anxiety disorder, and epilepsy. But now this guy who is unemployed and currently lives with his housemate in Lincolnshire said, I noticed my libido for women had gone and I was wanting male attention. I was with my girlfriend and I had been for around 6 months. I had never been interested in men. I mean, when I was younger, I was curious, but He's like, I'm very happy. I want to keep on taking it because it makes me feel happy about my sexuality. It makes me feel very open. It's liberating. Basically, he wants to stay high.
I think he's a wackadoo. I think
he's high off his ass.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe he finally realized the truth about himself, and this is the way he's trying to come to terms with it. But I don't think you're going to find a doctor that will keep on giving you pain pills because it makes you into dudes.
Right. No.
Like, how's your foot? Oh, it's fine, but the sex is great.
What was it? Was the episode of Family Guy where the drug made Peter gay, and then he's like, we're worried about it. I think it's gonna wear off any minute now, and so his boyfriend got him like a room with like 30 naked dudes, and then he's like, oh yeah, wait, what's going on? Like the medication just shut off, and
yeah.
Like, oh god.
Like it kicks in like a dinosaur screaming, becoming a person. Speaking of big old wangs.
I was laughing at Ken Anderson is in Europe.
Yeah.
He made a comment about, like, he put up a thing on Facebook and said something about, it's like, why are you naked in the sauna? You know? At the very least, do the towel, you know?
Right.
Everything like that. I'm like, and so there's a lot of low-hanging microphones. From Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I was going to say happy birthday to Deb. Happy birthday, Deb.
Oh, happy birthday, Deb.
Right.
Speaking of penises. Well, I mean, speaking of someone with a foot problem who's been taking pain pills, I'm just saying, happy birthday, Deb. I hope everything's working out.
Yeah, I know.
A 5-story high depiction of an erect blue penis on a Stockholm apartment building is going to be painted over just a week after its unveiling.
Oh, come on.
I know. They could have said unveiling, but whatever. The company that owns the block, Atrium Lichtenberg, said that work by the artist Carolina Falkart.
Her last name is Falkart?
Falkholt.
Okay.
Falkholt. Falkholt. Yeah. Carolina TV Static Noise. The company that owns the block saw the artwork for the first time like a week ago, along with the other residents. The company's marketing manager, Camilla Klimt, said culture and art are important in developing interesting urban...
Agatha Christie novel?
It's in Stockholm. So, of course, people are going to have different names than you're used to. He says, of course we care about artistic freedom, but at the same time, we must respect neighbors' opinions. And the neighbors' opinions. Their opinions.
It's all about their happiness.
Well.
Penis.
Have you seen Super Troopers 2?
No.
Because that joke is in the movie.
Well, then I could read Super Troopers 2. No, we went and saw Blocked instead.
Okay. Well, you made a better choice, probably. Camilla says that the work was going to stay up for a short while so everyone interested could experience it, but then they're going to paint over it real quick. Some people welcome the penis as an important part of the debate about sexuality, body, and gender. This is a 5-story tall blue penis, but it's an important part of the debate about sexuality, body, and gender. Others have said, received it less well and perceived it as offensive. 5-story giant blue dick shows up across the street. Are you into the art or are you offended by it?
I don't know. I never think, like when people always talk about like dick pics and stuff like that, I don't think any girl wants to see a picture of a penis.
Are you calling yourself a girl in the situation?
I'm just saying.
As a woman, you see a penis outside.
I don't think it's like ever really camera ready.
Well, it's painted by a woman. A woman is the artist.
Okay.
And
I don't know. I just don't. It's like, what are you trying to say? It's like,
it's a conversation about sexuality and the body.
A big blue penis?
Big blue penis.
I don't know.
The first people to tackle that subject was the Watchmen. Big old blue penis.
That was terrible.
Just wagging around. Yeah, but it was commentary.
True.
And here we are still talking about it years later.
I know.
It has changed things.
And now it's on the side of a wall.
Sorry, I was reaching across the building and put it on there.
Snap.
So now,
swap.
So the company that owns it, the Atrium Lützburg, has allowed a collective of local artists free reign to decorate the apartment block as it sees fit since 2008. The murals usually stay in place for at least 6 months before a new one is commissioned. So they commissioned an artist that is, spoiler alert, known for painting giant private parts, because you know what happened right before Christmas Eve in New York? A 4-story red penis was erected on the side of a building by the same artist. She's known for drawing giant. Well, she's normally drawing large abstract vagina paintings, and decided to switch it up and throw a big old donger in there.
She doesn't want to say she's a one-trick pony.
Well, she said, and this is her saying this.
I usually paint giant vaginas, pussies, and cunts. And since I had just finished one on the side of a 5-story building, I felt like a dick was needed.
I guess so. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't know.
To paraphrase the artist Judith Bernstein, if a dick can go into a woman, it can go up on a wall.
The author of the Bernstein Bear said that?
Yeah, if a dick can go into a woman, it can go up on a wall. That's the quote. That's art.
I think that's very poignant.
And you know what else is poignant?
The dick.
Stopping people from committing suicide.
Okay.
But here's a problem. What if you and your friends are just out having some beers and then people call the police on you because they say you are a suicide cult? You're not just hanging out with your friends. You are a suicide cult.
Are we all dressed alike?
Well, I mean, you may be dressed in black and have your faces painted and be loudly whooping and hollering and whatnot, enjoying yourself around a campfire.
Are we Raiders fans?
Nope. You are heavy metal fans.
Oh. This Kiss?
Nope. It's 3 men just hanging around enjoying beers around a campfire on an island in Loch Leven, Perthshire. Their children slept in a tent when they got surrounded by a bunch of lights from police boats rushing across the water towards them. He said, for some reason, the police had received a tip that we might be in grave danger, and they came to rescue us. They did a really great job of rescuing us. The only issue is we didn't need rescuing.
Yeah, that happened to us once. We were in Lombard doing a play, and we were behind the studio, and we were like in the back alley, like warming up,
throwing dice.
No, we were just warming up and doing cast shit,
murdering cats.
And then the cop shows up,
doing cocaine,
and the cop is like
removing tags from mattresses.
The neighbor called and said they've heard some chanting.
Chanting? Because of vocal exercises you got?
Yeah, we're doing vocal exercises. I'm like, what kind of? We're doing vocal exercises. We're going to play in here in about 20 minutes. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, and I'm holding like a bottle of champagne to show his country club. So what we did was we passed a bottle of champagne around as kind of like whoever had the best show the night before. And then whoever ends up with it gets it at the end, and then we open it up and we drink it at the party or whatever.
So it's like a championship belt that you can drink.
Yeah. POV actually had a championship belt. But he's like, I'm like, yeah, I gotta know why they think they were chanting. And he's like, well, what about that? I was like, it's a bottle of champagne. He's like, I'm like, it's unopened. I'm like, so it's not like we're drinking in public. He goes, are you sure you weren't holding it up above your head like an idol? And I was like, and what, like worshiping the god of Corbel? I'm like, no, we weren't,
He's a generous god, if anything.
I said, because he goes, because, we got all those Satanists out of the park. And I'm like, you didn't get Satanists out of the park. I go, what you did was you got the vampire role-playing game kids out of the park.
And now they're everywhere.
And now they play, now they play like Pokemon and, Pokemon Go and, the other thing.
But if they made Vampire Go, they'd be back in the park.
They'd be right back in the park. No, but they used to use that as Like Lilac Park. Remember that park in Lombard where we hung out for Pokemon Go one night?
Sure.
It was near the train tracks and, big park. They used to use that as, like, their areas where they would do like live role playing games. And it was called Vampire the Embraced.
You know a lot about this for someone who supposedly wasn't involved.
No. A lot of
Did you write the rules?
A lot of our tech kids.
What level were you?
I was not a vampire.
You ascended the levels.
It's true. I was the vampire. No. But I go. And
After these years.
I didn't want to get into a fight with him, but I didn't want to be like, yeah, you kicked a bunch of nerds out of the park playing role playing games. Is what you did.
You saved us.
Yeah. Thank God you saved us.
Thank Corbell you said.
Right. Praise Corbell.
Police smashed the windows of one of the group's cars, which was parked on the mainland, apparently searching for a suicide note. When interviewing the men, they said they had been concerned about a potential kidnapping. The group was ferried back across the dry land, where they reported seeing more than 20 emergency service vehicles and about 50 people waiting for them. They had everyone out there to rescue people who were camping.
It was a slow night.
When we got to the dry land, there was a police officer there, and they had cuts all over his hand from breaking both the windows of my car. It felt to me that they were all pumped up and ready to take on something when there was nothing to take on. And one of the gentlemen, David Henderson, the previous guy, his name, I'm going to go ahead and try to say it, but you can't judge me for it or ask how it's spelled. Panagiotis Felice.
I'm judging.
No, you said.
You please tell me how it's spelled.
Well, there's no it goes from Panagiotis to David. So yeah, David here, another person in the group, is a modern language teacher and member of the heavy metal band Nictopia. He's like, they made us feel like we did something wrong. All we did was go wild camping, drink beer, and listen to heavy metal music.
God, I like my mom.
He said he thought the incident happened because the group was dressed in black and the children had face paint on. Following the whole thing, the group, which had the kids were there was two 10-year-olds and a 7-year-old, and they also had a dog named Jazz, which I feel like you should have a dog named Heavy Metal if you're gonna live the fucking lifestyle.
Come on, Pantera, get in the car.
They were left on the shore with nothing but a police incident number. They were forced to sleep in their cars because they were over the legal alcohol limit to drive home. And when they're trying to sleep in their cars, the windows are broken, so it's cold. So instead of being rescued, they were put into danger.
It's like, I'm calling an Uber. Fuck this.
And now, human safety is not the only thing we have to worry about. We have to worry about bridge safety. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Taking care of our bridges. In fact, Michigan troopers had to say, put out some information saying, don't fuck with this bridge. Please don't do this, because someone put out a Facebook group saying, we're going to do this to this bridge, because the problem is people are hitting the bridge because it's so low. It's 13 feet, 11 inches, and apparently that's just low enough that not everything can clear it. They said that there had been, so far, there's been 5 incidents in 2018.
2 of me, going
So for the 5th time in 2018, March 22nd was the last incident this happened at. It was struck by a truck hauling wood chips. It's been hit by trucks hauling forklift, and it took a couple strikes from a truck hauling a mobile home and other things doing oversized shipping containers. So that's not a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think the residents wanted to do to this bridge to warn people or to protect it and all this kind of
Lower it.
No, that you're looking too much into it.
Let's put a sign on
it. Closer to the spirit of it. No. They wanted to completely wrap the bridge in bubble wrap.
I get that.
So the Michigan troopers, the state patrol, had to issue a warning to the residents saying, "Please don't bubble wrap the bridge." Now, the reason this bridge story stuck out to me because it reminded me of my favorite bridge in all the world. Do you have a favorite bridge in the world?
I like old covered bridges.
but not like an actual bridge. Not like, I'm not talking about style. I'm talking about a very specific bridge.
Oh, like a specific
Yeah,
bridge.
you know, like the fucking San Francisco Bridge or...
Golden Gate or Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I like Brooklyn Bridge.
My favorite
I
bridge
watched over that bridge.
is in Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
It has its own website.
Awesome.
I want you to go ahead. You can even pull this up right now. For the people at home, I'm going to go ahead and spell out this URL for you. It's www. 11, the numbers, foot, FOOT, 8, the number 8, .com. 11foot8.com. That's a weird URL, but that is the height of a bridge in Durham, North Carolina that has its own website dedicated to it with multiple angles because this bridge has taken out more truck, trailers, buses, and everything than you can ever imagine. And they have all the videos with multiple angles on showing these things crash. So if you ever get bored and you want to see a bridge, just beat the shit out of things.
There was like the one on North Avenue, right off of 1994. Saw a truck get just stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm going. And you hear him go, like right across the top. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst. This is just the worst.
Speaking of the worst, I have the worst employees in the Argentinian police department. You think, wow, they gotta be the worst. Maybe they do something serious, right? These ones are just kind of, well, they're known for misplacing a little bit of contraband. Eight Argentinian police officers have been dismissed after they claim a half ton of marijuana has disappeared from the police warehouse. How did it disappear? I'm going to give you 3 guesses. I want you to think there's no way this is a real thing, but they said this normal thing happened to cause half a ton of marijuana to go missing.
A fire.
Nope, no fire, no physical damage. I'm talking about something, it's gone.
Blackout.
A blackout? No, there's no blackout.
They David Copperfield it out.
No, there was no magic involved.
Fish concert.
Ooh, close. It was eaten by mice. Half a ton of marijuana was eaten by mice, these officers that control the warehouse say. For some reason.
Yeah.
For some reason.
There's not some mice sitting around being like, look.
3 fucked up mice.
Just give me the cheese.
See how they're stoned. See how they're stoned. I don't want to say, I just want to go
just put me in front. Put me for real. I don't care.
So, yeah, they just, half a ton. We don't even need to go far into that. But it's not the stupidest person someone in a uniform has done this week. No. I'm talking about a Tennessee guardsman in the Air National Guard. She wanted to re-enlist, get back out there just doing her thing. Problem is she got dismissed from her post because of her behavior during her oath. Now I'm talking like something serious happened.
I heard about this.
You heard about this, so it's not as fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. She took the oath with a puppet on her hand. Not any puppet on her hand. It is a T-Rex head. She had a dinosaur puppet that she used to take her oath to re-enlist. I think her oath could have used some Stupeful D.
There it is.
And now in our somehow weekly segment on robots taking over the world. I know. You'd think, why the fuck does this keep on happening? The West Tokyo area of Tama City, there is a mayoral candidate that you may be needing to pay attention to. Michihito Matsuda is getting a lot of votes in his election, and if he wins, he'll become the world's first AI mayor.
Dude, dope. He's gonna start hiring AI help.
Wouldn't you know it? It operates under a simple slogan: artificial intelligence will change Tama City, and it's got 3 rules. Well, 3. three selling points. Like the robot. So, AI Michito Matsuda offers the ability to discover and analyze relevant petitions pertaining to Tama City, as well as break down the positives and negatives, and statistically dictate whether this would have a positive or negative effect. Right there, you're giving it the choice of what it thinks is better. It can intake the dialogue and wishes of residents, carefully calculating what the best way to implement them would be if they match the people's desires. And 3, find level compromise in common interest conflicts amongst the people. Now, the problem is the AI it didn't just create itself. It's being pushed by a 2-person team. Consists of Tetsuo.
Why isn't that person just run?
Well, because there's the vice president of mobile provider SoftBank, Tetsuzo Matsumoto, and former Google Japan representative Norio Murakami.
Sure.
Yeah, so a couple of someone that's in charge of a mobile provider and a high-ranking level of Google. Yeah, let's have those 2 people together to form a super robot to take over a city.
Nope.
It makes you want to blow up the world.
Don't do it.
Okay, I'm not going to do it, but only because scientists have created a substance capable of eating plastic that could help tackle the world's pollution problem.
Ooh.
The substance is
They
based.
talked about this on the show Scorpion.
So it's based on an enzyme first produced by bacteria living in Japanese recycling centers, and they wanted to. The University of Portsmouth biologist Professor John McGeehan and his colleagues accidentally created a super-powered version of the enzyme. As you said, serendipity often plays... I'm sorry, here's my professor voice. Serendipity often plays a significant role in fundamental scientific research, and our discovery here is no exception. So during an investigation of the enzyme structure, the scientists made a slight tweak to the part that involved the plastic digestion.
Right.
It's kind of like when you take the front part of a lighter off and then you churn it all the way up and put it back on and go, oh no, it's a super lighter. Like, yeah, I didn't discover the lighter.
But now I know it's there.
Yeah, I turned this sumbitch up to 11.
Yeah. They want to do that for like the I want to do it for like the Garbage Island.
Yeah, so all the garbage barrier reef that they have going on, they said that it's like 3 times the size of France now. There's a lot of garbage in the water. And there's that picture that was going around Facebook like a week ago of a whale just completely full of plastic on the inside because he was just eating the plastic when it would open his mouth. Like, yeah, there's garbage everywhere. You want the fish, you're gonna eat a bicycle too. So yeah, using the same oil-derived plastics and polymers are resistant to degradation, and their accumulation in the environment is an appalling problem, and that developing these kind of enzymes to degrade such plastics is a high priority. So we can't necessarily do anything about finding or about creating the stuff, they say, but we can sure as hell try to get rid of the shit that we've already made. Like, they're trying to get more, recycling and bio-friendly and try, but you still have all the damage that's done. Right. So if you can get an enzyme that can break down the plastics to an even smaller level so they won't affect things as much, then that's huge.
I was thinking that would be, not relatively easy, but easier than teaching something to, do bigger. It's like, do what you can. Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that they found this enzyme that like just naturally occurred in Japanese recycling facilities. It was just there. They're like, what is this? And can we churn it up?
Right.
And they did, and that's all of a sudden we got this thing that could seriously help.
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Flaming Hot Cheetos 2. Electric Enzyme Boogaloo.
Well, I forget what it was. That's how champagne was invented.
Yeah, champagne. I think penicillin was an accident.
Oh, yeah.
I think you were.
Yeah. Pig milk. No. This guy dared this other guy to put whatever comes out of that in their cereal.
No, see what happened first. It was 2 guys, and the first guy's like, I dare you to go suck that cow's dick. And he's like, I'm not wanting to back down from it. Right. So he went and sucked that cow's dick. Then he came back to his friend, and he's like, I dare you to suck that cow's 4 dicks.
Oh.
And it's like, I will. And it's like,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this would be really good with Honey Nut Cheerios.
Wait a second. Do you still have that dry cereal that you've been eating for weeks that you can't get rid of? I'm going to pour some of this shit on there. better. Way better. And then someone's like, you can't do that. And they say, stop being so lactose intolerant.
Wow. We're ending on that. So where can they find us online if they want to?
They can find us individually on Twitter at PatrickNewsom42.
Wah, wah.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's a good joke. Shut up.
Wah.
Follow the entire DVM Production Empire at the DVMPE. Find this podcast going to Facebook or YouTube, searching for Stupid Stalker Stupid.
You can find all the other things that we do on dvmpe.com.
Empire.
Things like Aerocast and Flashcast. Go listen to them. You know what the hell. We're going to be back next week with more Stupid. For Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.